My little brother was very good at a few things from a very young age. The first thing he was really good at was making everybody laugh while they're trying. Like the one time I told him he should have a little bit of protein after a workout. He got all excited because he thought I said poutine. The second thing he was good at was eating large quantities of food. Come dinner time, it wasn't uncommon for him to out-eat most of the adults at the table. Now, as you may have guessed, as a 5'0" little boy, there is in fact a downside to regularly out-eating full-grown men. At just 11 years old, I could already see that if nothing else changed, my little brother was headed for an adolescent life littered with teasing and unhealthy eating. As his older brother, I wanted to do something about it. As a nutrition or a kinesiology student with an intense interest in nutrition, I knew that I had to do something about it. Initially, I wasn't sure how, but I was determined to find a way. Now, in March of 2013, I broke my leg while I was walking to class, and I slipped on some ice. Yes, that is the whole story. I was walking, there was some ice, poof, broken leg. No lives saved, no purses returned, no cool story to tell. Well, little did I know as I laid there in that quickly melting puddle of ice, waiting for the ambulance to arrive, that this moment would forever change the life of my little brother. After I had a surgery to attach a small titanium plate and a few screws onto my fibula, I was given 2 crutches and told not to put any weight on my leg for 2 months. This posed a unique problem, as there was still plenty of snow and ice on the ground, and I still had 2 months left of class spread out over one of the largest campuses in the country. So with that in mind, I made a decision that any other hardworking student in my position would do, and I obviously decided to stop going to classes. Now, with all this free time from studying at home, I had finally figured out how I was going to help my little brother. I knew that what he needed to do was very simple in theory, but very difficult in practice. What he needed to do was change his eating habits. From experience, I knew the things that he needed to change and the things that he didn't. The problem was that communicating this through somebody else would most likely just end up like the childhood game of telephone. The message gets passed along, but with little misunderstandings and misinterpretations along the way, there's not much left of the original message, and everybody's just left confused. And my little brother's eating habits are left unchanged. So keeping that in mind, I made one of the best decisions of my life, and I decided to move back home for the next 2 weeks and make every single meal that my little brother would eat, educating him about proper nutrition along the way. While I was at home, in the kitchen, I often found myself awkwardly trying to maneuver, holding onto 2 crutches, hot pans, and sharp knives. It wasn't very easy. I also had to make sure to take little breaks every few minutes to make sure that the swelling in my ankle wouldn't become unbearable. Now, after just 2 weeks, not only were the results phenomenal, but they were as a result of a strategy that anybody can use. The reason we were able to see such dramatic and positive